Hey everyone, welcome back to school. It's back to school reactions with my wife. We are doing a bunch of reactions this weekend because we're waiting for the laundry to dry. So why not? You know, this one is Mesus, NIGHTMERICA from MLK. I Have a Dream tribute. This literally just came out yesterday, so I want to hear it, and I think it'd be good for us to both listen to it together. Okay. All right, here we go.
I got sold a dream, woke up with a nightmare, called Dr. King, tell him it ain't right, yeah, they don't want no peace.
I woke up from a dream, wanted to call Dr. King. He had a nightmare. I wanted to call Dr. King to tell him they ain't acting nice here.
Because the
all the protests and everything in the way.
No, because the MLK's speech was I have a dream.
Right. Yep. So. Yep.
I got sold a dream, woke up
I got
with
sold a
a
dream.
nightmare,
Woke up with the
called
nightmare.
King, tell them it ain't right, yeah,
Tell 'em
they
it
don't
ain't right
want
here.
no peace.
They don't want to be.
Us to fight.
They want us to
Our
fight.
is quite clear. Yeah. I don't see racism, colorblind, and I don't speak racist, I'm color mime. How come when we babies are colorfine?
Touching on the whole racism thing, that it's not something you're born with. You know, when you're born, you don't have any fears or prejudices about anybody based on their skin color. You know, most people in life, most real people in life, base their fears and their prejudices on things that have actually happened to them in their life. I had a fear of big dogs. I got bit in the face by a German Shepherd when I was 5. I was supposed to be going to school. My grandparents had an early doctor's appointment, had us go stay at their friend's house across the street from the school, and we were supposed to walk over to school.
Maybe you looked at it wrong.
And I was literally laying.
Or maybe
I was literally laying in a chair, a lawn chair. I had thrown the ball for the dog about 4 or 5 times, and the dog brought it back every time. The dog didn't bring it back and came back and bit me in the face.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a freak thing. It is what it is. But I was terrified of big dogs. I wouldn't even get near one. I wouldn't own one. I was terrified, especially of German Shepherds. And I had to overcome that. I had to just learn that not all dogs are bad. It was just an incident that happened, you know. So, like, I'll be honest, completely honest. If I see, like, a big German Shepherd, I want to pet it, and I'm trembling inside. You know, because it's ingrained. It really happened to me. That's why I have a fear of it. But nowadays, it's like people with racism, people are just like, everybody who's this color is a racist. That ain't true, man. That ain't true.
I think when somebody opens their mouth, and
you'll be able to determine
then
who they are.
you'll be able to determine if this person is racist or not.
Yeah. But other than that, you got to get to know people. You got to understand them. You can't just base it based on
Don't judge a book by its cover.
You're being prejudiced just by assuming that everybody that's that color is racist, right?
Right.
I mean, in and of itself, that's racism. So, okay, let's go.
Call Dr. King, tell him it ain't right, yeah, they don't want no peace. Want us to fight, yeah. Our is quite clear. Yeah. I don't see racism, colorblind. I don't speak racism, color mime. How come when we babies are colorfine?
Right.
But somewhere along the way, man, we done lost our mind.
Right. It's somewhere along the way we lost our mind.
Technicalities and what exactly makes someone a special nationality.
Right.
Take me for example, you see technically I'm white, but let me get my summer tan on. You can't see that boy at night, right?
Right.
And please don't think I'm playing cause I'm serious. I just play it up with sarcasm cause I'm furious. Come on, y'all, what year is this? How long we been hearing this? Bickering about pigment, man, I swear we sound so ignorant.
Is Mesus trying to be like a Tom McDonald?
No,
Thing?
Mesus is
Social conscious kind of
no,
songs?
he doesn't care about social consciousness. He wants to express his opinion like Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
So he is in a way, but he doesn't care about social consciousness. He's just talking about this is what's really going on. This is the way I really see it. Like it or not, this is my truth. And the majority of what he's said so far, I don't hear one thing that I would argue with. I mean, let's just go back.
Okay.
Exactly make someone a special nationality.
Okay, wait. Here we go.
I'm colorblind.
Here we go,
I
right?
don't speak racist, I'm colorblind. How come when we babies are color fine? But somewhere along the way, man, we done lost our mind. I don't understand these technicalities and what exactly makes someone a special nationality. Take me for example, you see technically I'm white, but let me get my summer tan on. You can't see that boy at night, right? And please don't think I'm playing cause I'm serious. I just play it off with sarcasm cause I'm furious. Come on y'all, what year is this? How long we been hearing this? Bickering about pigment, man, I swear we sound so ignorant.
Right.
Actually we ignorant, hating over pigment. As if anybody ever got to choose they pigment.
Has anybody ever got to choose their pigment? Why are we being prejudiced over anything about skin color?
Okay.
It's ignorant. I don't.
You were raised by racist parents.
I was raised by a racist grandfather, and I became the most non-racist person ever. I refused to act like him. I knew what he did was bad. I knew what he did was bad. I knew his words were hateful. I could tell as a kid that that wasn't right. And for me, it's like, here's how I judge people. Let's hang out. We cool? We keep hanging out. We ain't cool? We don't have to hang out. Doesn't mean I judge you. We just may not have a lot in common. You F me over, I got something to judge you about. I don't blame every person who ever went AWOL in the 1970s for the murder of my mother. I blame the person who went AWOL who walked into our 7-Eleven and robbed us and then took the money and left, counted it, and went back thinking there was a safe and shot my mom in the head. I don't think it's the gun's fault, and I don't blame everybody that went AWOL, and I don't blame all people of his nationality, and it was him.
But that's you.
It
a
was
lot of
him
people
who did it.
I know, but
so
that's
these people,
you.
I know, and
I'm
nowadays
good that you're woke.
no, well, I might be. No, I'm just 52. I learned some stuff. But it's crazy to think that people want to blame everybody from one nationality for the sins of something that happened hundreds of years ago. I will only apologize for the stuff I did.
Oh, dude, I'm like Asian, right? I have
Sorry,
Chinese
guys, we're eating
in
beef
me.
jerky because it's hella good.
When this coronavirus thing happened, like I was at the grocery store, and you know, some people can stop themselves from sneezing, but I sneezed. But I was like by myself, and there was this one other person at the end of the aisle who, as soon as saw me sneeze, turns around and runs. I mean, made me cringe, but
Right?
you know, I mean, really, seriously, you don't even knew that I've never been to China or anywhere. I don't know. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. The kind of reasoning doesn't make sense. If it does, then it's probably not.
And that's the thing. That's the
racism.
thing. Any kind of profiling, any of that stuff is just ridiculous. I judge people based on what they do to me. You're cool, we stay cool. Even if you do something dumb, that doesn't mean we ain't gonna be cool. I'm just gonna be mad about that for a minute. You screw me over, you do something hurtful to me or somebody that I love, I will judge you on that.
Yep.
But I'm not judging everybody else on that. They had nothing to do with it. So
And if that ain't bad enough, we gonna teach our kids it. So generation after generation, just relive this night. I got soda drink.
and generation after generation will relive this.
Tell 'em it ain't right. They don't want no peace. Wanting us to fight. Oh, yeah, it's quite clear, but oh, no.
Right?
I ain't gonna hate. It's all love. I ain't gonna
I ain't gonna hate.
It's all love.
It's all love.
I ain't gonna hate.
It's all love. And that's something to point out. I ain't gonna hate. All I'm gonna do is love. Dr. King preached a message of loving but peaceful protest. Dr. King did not preach a message of burning down buildings and there was a car dealership that was burned up or whatever, and that car dealership had nothing to do with what you were mad about. You just screwed that guy over, his family over. You screwed over every employee that works there, all the mechanics, the janitors, the salespeople, the people that answer the phones,
same thing, like,
everything.
The same thing, because during that time, like back then, the Black Panther was kind of like BLM, right?
Right.
I mean, they were. It couldn't be helped. They had a very bad experience, and so they formed the Black Panther, kind of like vigilante kind of group, but it doesn't really solve anything.
What they believed in when they started didn't turn out to be the final vision.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You can have all the great ideology in the world, but look at what your actions are doing.
Right.
It's all love. Yeah. Love. It's all love.
Yep. It's all love.
That ain't what they want us to know. No, that ain't what they want us to see. They
Nope.
want when I see you and you see me, we see enemies. You got
They.
your
Who's
gun, I
they?
got my gun.
Who's
They?
they? Who's they? The Democrats?
Media,
Well,
politicians. Who's
They?
running?
who's they?
Take a look.
Answer in the
Okay.
comments.
Okay. Here's the solution. Right. Take a look at where the funding for your group goes to. If you're in BLM or Antifa, take a look at where the funding, all the money that gets donated, goes to, and you'll see who's behind it. Take a look at who runs the media, and you'll see who's behind it. People want to talk crap about Fox News and say that they're pro everything Republican and pro everything Trump. I see that to be about 85% true. What they want to do is show the stuff that the rest of the media refuses to show. But I've also seen them say what he said was stupid, what the Republicans have done wasn't good.
Depends on who's the
rest of,
host of
right,
a show.
But let
It
me ask,
depends on
let,
which
let me
show.
ask, let me ask you
Especially
this.
Fox and especially CNN.
Right,
yeah.
and let me ask you this. Even in the main local news that we have, which is KTVU in San Francisco and KSBW in Monterey, right? How much of the stuff do you see on TV that has anything to do positive with anything Trump or Republican?
I don't know.
None, right?
I don't think so. I don't
Right?
watch a lot.
Notice though,
yeah.
you don't see it. So why aren't they showing anything good? It's not like the dude's doing everything bad. Like, I mean, yeah, some of the stuff, I wish the dude had an off button.
Country,
I
huh?
wish the dude had an off button. I wish the dude had somebody that would shut off his Twitter every now and then
It's a
so he
Democrat
wouldn't. But,
state.
oh man, California isn't a Democrat state. California is
Most
a
of the
freaking
elected
nightmare.
officials we have right now are Democrats.
In California? Yeah, I know. California is... that's
our
why California's on
mayor,
fire right now, because we're so far
our,
left that the state needs to burn down.
Senators, our assembly people are all
Yeah,
Democrats.
unfortunately, our state is
So-
responsible for Dianne Feinstein and Nancy Pelosi and Barbara Boxer. Sorry, guys.
That ain't what they want us to know. No, that ain't what they want us to see. They want when I see you and you see me, we see enemies. You got your gun, I got my gun, and now we both think it's squeeze. They want us running through these streets, just terrified of police. No peace,
Ooh.
they rather white and blacks hate each other, fight and act like some type of maniac. But I
Right?
refuse,
I refuse to fight with other people based on the color of their skin.
Wait, he only said whites and blacks. So racism only happens in whites and blacks.
That is what the media. Think of what the media shows.
Well, yeah, it's always news when it's black or white. Never Asian, never Hispanic.
Yeah, you don't see a big controversy between Hispanics killing black people, but it happens. Vice versa, it happens. I lived in L.A. One gang shows up in the wrong part of town.
Yeah,
Boom.
There shouldn't be
Some
any
dude turns the
racism
corner,
anymore.
gets whacked by a gang member.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any more racism.
Right,
There
you would
shouldn't,
think,
because,
but
I don't think there's anybody that was like, you know, a slave person.
no, but there are
like
people.
Maybe they're descendants, but
There are people right now that still have such twisted ideology. That's why the KKK still exists, because of their twisted ideology. The fact of the matter is the majority of sane people can see that there is a little bit of a problem economically within races. But it is not a blanket thing. It's not like every black person is oppressed or every white person is privileged and living to excess. It just isn't true.
Right.
It's you go out and your life is your life, and how you live it is how you live it, and the results of your life are the results of your life. It has, to me, I have never viewed my life as being a white life or anything else. It's just my life. I'm trying to live it the best that I can. I'm trying to raise my family the best that I can. I'm trying to do the best that I can. I'm trying to be the best person that I can. This has nothing to do with me being white or anything else, man. My wife is Asian. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with the amount of work you put into your life is what you're going to get out of it. And yeah, you could do the greatest stuff in the world and still suffer. You know? Crazy. Right? I'm so tired of all the Facebook dissing. Right? How do we erase racism? Right? Right? It's all love. I like that chorus. I ain't gonna hate, it's all love. Wait, what's going on? There's more?
How long we gonna keep tripping over this?
Oh.
The same obstacle, the same
Wait,
hurdle,
that's him.
That's not Mesus.
Yeah.
Is it?
Your skin is black, my skin is white. We can't unite, we gon' fight. Oh, that's right, your skin is white, my skin is black. So miss me with your dabs, boy, we supposed to scrap.
We're supposed to scrap, we're supposed to fight.
Controversy, everybody talking about what's in my verses. No, even understand what I did wrong, cause I just live my life, write it down and put it in song.
Everybody talking about what's in my verses, I don't even understand what I did wrong. Did he say anything wrong in this song?
He's talking about this song, not a previously.
Well, no. In his music, he talks about he doesn't understand the racism crap. He doesn't understand why the media keeps trying to promote this kind of thing. He sees people. He's like me. He base your opinion on somebody based on their actions, not on because you viewed them across the room, so you've already made a decision about them.
Right.
You know, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't understand how anybody could see anything wrong with that. So I'm not sure what he's talking about here, but he's speaking.
Lord have mercy, controversy. Everybody talking about what's in my verses. And I don't even understand what I did wrong, cause I just live my life, write it down and put it in song.
Right.
Way I see it, I done kept quiet way too long, cause I done been had these feelings, now they way too strong. So I speak truth and love till the hate is gone, or till the truth the buck comes down to take me home. Gone.
Whoa. That was dope. That was dope. That little added in thing at the end, I wasn't expecting that. It almost felt like it was going into another song, but it was just kind of like a little verse there to kind of clarify things. Dope song, man. I really like Mesus' music. I don't understand what the controversy is. I've listened to many of his songs, and I just see him as being a patriotic American who loves his God, who loves his country, who loves God, and is trying to do the best that he can, and doesn't. And he's like me. He's frustrated with where is all this prejudice coming from.
Mm-hmm. I think as a parent, you need to like really raise kids that you
have to teach them to right from wrong. You have to teach them how to understand situations and judge things.
Because you, as a parent, are the most influential person in their life, and I just think, you know, if you want good people, I mean, good adults in the future, then you need to raise them. I mean, you need to like teach them values
and morals and lessons.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. To me, I just see this as there seems to be. I'll ask you this. You've been in this country 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you first came here, did you hear all about racism and prejudice?
Mm-mm.
No?
I was just surprised that a lot of people spoke Spanish.
Right. And then you were here a couple of years. Did you hear everything on the news about racism and prejudice?
Mm-mm.
No. And then you were here a couple more years and you became a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you became a U.S. citizen, who was the president?
Trump.
And what were you hearing on the TV?
Really bad
racism
stuff.
And prejudice.
I think this started when
this has been the whole narrative this has been the whole narrative from the media and from anybody who can profit from it, is that all white people are racist. Everybody who voted for Trump believe every single thing he says, run around and worship him like he's God, and don't see that he makes a huge amount of mistakes. They're blanket statementing everybody. Every Republican is a racist now. Every Republican is whatever they say he is. They're making up stuff that he hasn't even been convicted of or anything. They're saying it, right? But then they're not willing to look at their own side of things, their own side of the street, or their own party, and judge them based on their actions. They're just judging every single person in America who voted for Trump as being a racist, xenophobic, blah, 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 blah. Something-ophobic. You know me, right? Am I racist?
No.
Am I homophobic?
Mm-mm.
Am I xenophobic?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, whatever. I ain't that. Do I hate women?
Oh, you love women, babe.
Right. Do I? Yeah, I've had a lot of girlfriends.
Instagram,
I've had a lot of girlfriends. Oh gosh, we won't go there. But, am I a bigot in any way? Do I have bias against anybody based on anything other than what they've actually done to me?
Mm-mm.
Yet I get grouped in because I voted for Trump.
I think when you volunteer the information, you get grouped in.
But ask the question. If anybody said anything because I voted for Trump, and I'm going to say it right here, I voted for Trump. Am I a racist?
No. You just made a choice.
Am I
you're
homophobic?
Free to do that choice.
Am I homophobic?
No.
Do I hate women?
No, you love women.
Do I have bias against people based on anything other than their actual actions that they've done towards me or the people I love?
Mm-mm.
You know the people that I have huge problems with, right? The man who murdered my mother, my grandfather, right? My exes and their attorneys. I'll put it out that way. And that's pretty much it for the most part, right? for the most part. A couple people who did some bad things to me in my life, and that's pretty much it. Do you know of anybody that I just can't stand, and I hate so bad that I like want to kill them, and if they walked into a room I couldn't be there?
No.
Okay. But they paint us in a picture where we're just automatically prejudiced. We're just automatically whatever because of who we voted for.
What are you talking?
The media.
Media?
And unfortunately, all the groups that came out of the super far left, and I'm not saying Democrats, because the majority of Democrats aren't like that. The majority of Democrats, if you're not caught up in politics, you're not like that.
Okay.
If you're caught up in politics, there is a chance you've based such a bias that you're so far left or so far right, you can't even get in the middle and be part of the solution. And so that's what we're talking about here. It's basically that. It's the media hasn't helped anything. You answered it yourself when you were first here. Racism wasn't the issue, right? Been here a couple of years. Racism wasn't the issue. Trump became president. You became a citizen. What was all over the news? Racism is an issue now.
Everybody's so sensitive.
Simply because he got elected. Oh, they weren't that sensitive before, right? They weren't. The world wasn't hypersensitive. Even the Republicans weren't hypersensitive about everything that was going on with Obama, right? There wasn't. I mean, yeah, of course you have your political differences. No, we're not going to let you get away with that in the bill. We want our stuff added in there, or whatever. But the first 4 years you were here, were Republicans running around lighting stuff on fire in the streets because of what the Democrats were doing? Yet people are out saying that they're supporting a cause, BLM or whatever, and they're having signs up that say F Trump. So what is it really about? Is it really about politics and they can create a division based on skin tone? And that's how they can separate us? Because how many white Democrats are being called out for anything? Only white Republicans. Right? And so that's what I'm saying. I mean, connect the dots, folks. This is our opinion. This is my opinion. Not hers. This is my opinion. This is what I can come up with. I would love to hear what you guys come up with. Thank you so much, Mesus, for doing this. Sorry, guys. This was a hell of a long reaction, but this was a very intense subject. All right. Thank you. This was Mesus, Night America, MLK, I Have a Dream tribute. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification button, select all. We love you all. Be healthy, be happy, be good to each other, stay blessed, and we will see you soon. Peace.